This is Honey Doggo here, and today I have a bit of an update. I will state that this video is unscripted, so I do apologize if I pause a lot more in this video. This is mainly me trying to gather my thoughts. I will also like to state that this will be an update for the channel itself and by extension my webcomic, so do keep in mind for that. I also would like to point out the fact that the videos that you see in the background, the B-roll footage, are sketches of things that I just needed to get my ideas down. So yeah, I do have finished pieces, but a lot of them are more in the or more so for like posting stuff for Instagram and stuff like that. So it's not like I'm not using them. It's the fact that I'm trying to save some of them for other videos. But and some of the ones I do have are just made for a video specific that I do want to make, that I actually am working on. So there's that. Anyways, moving on to what the update is about itself. I think the best part is to describe what's going on, my webcomic, because that's kind of the main thing about I mentioned for wanting to make content for my channel. I had to put my webcomic on hiatus. I had to put it on there for a couple of reasons. Some of those reasons being school, health, and just needing to take a break. All of them are tied together in some way or another. Like, school has gotten busier. I've been spending more time trying to keep up with school and also getting some stuff situated at school. And with that taking most of my time, like, and the webcomic being the second biggest thing that I'm working on, because those were my two priorities, as I mentioned in my last video. Which is unfortunately in February, but we're gonna talk about that later. And okay, so I basically had to put it on hiatus because trying to balance those two things while also trying to make time for myself to enjoy things or even try and do other things I want to do has just been a nightmare. I've been trying to fix the schedule for that. I can't, and I feel overwhelmed, and I had to put it on hiatus for that reason because it was stressing me out. And in fact, that stress led to the health reasons I vaguely mentioned in the post. It's mainly due to things like mental health and physical health. Stress has caused me a lot mentally, and I've been trying to, and it's caused me anxiety, and that's not fun. And I've been getting a bit anxiety from working on this project, and it sucks because I love working on my webcomic. I got a secret and so do you. I love working on that, but I'm getting anxious too. I'm getting stressed out by purely working on it. Hell, even after I put on hiatus not that long ago, the idea of going back to working on it now feels stressful. So I want to give myself time away from it so I can come back to it not feeling so stressed about it. And then there's a case of that stress causes physical health problems for me, primarily through migraines, because the two things that trigger my migraines are an inconsistent sleep schedule and stress. And an inconsistent sleep schedule is sometimes caused by stress. So it's just stress all around. It fucks me over all the goddamn time. And that's not fun. It really isn't fun. And I don't think, and migraines are not like just a bad headache. Like, no, it feels like my head's about to explode, and that's not fun. And it also doesn't help that sometimes migraines can come with other symptoms like vomiting or nausea, and those are things I get. So it's not fun having to feel like you're constantly having to vomit all the time and while your head hurts. Not really fun. And then I know for a fact I wanted to be taking a break for a while now, and I originally was going to post it a little further off, but I realized I had to put this on hiatus to take a break now, and it's forcing me to take a break because I do know I want to eventually go back to it, but I just need a break from it to not only relax but to also feel like I can do other things outside of it. And I've noticed the major difference in regards to taking a break and then actually working on it. And that's just something else I do want to talk a bit about, primarily through the updates for this channel, because since I put my comic on hiatus, I've noticed that I've been really excited to give other things a shot now, because I'm not being entirely bogged down by one project. And especially because I noticed that trying to balance those two things in there, I've lacked in videos. I've actually originally I was going to post a video for this channel and then explain this whole entire thing in that video, but I was like, you know what? How about I just make a video about this whole thing and then give that video its own time to shine without having to be bogged down by the update. So there's that. So this is why we have this video here. And originally I was going to post that video in April, but with so much things going on behind it and also school, I ended up delaying it till May. So you'll get two videos on the channel for the month of May, this update video and that video. And I really am excited to do so because it's something I am a little more passionate about, and I'm just happy to do that. And I also noticed I've been getting excited to make more videos for the future update, for future months, because I know for a fact I'm probably going to struggle making videos for like the next 3 months. So I want to make videos ahead of time for that, and I'm excited to do that, which is wild. And then I also consider the fact of starting smaller projects that I want to do in regards to comic making or story making, just some smaller projects outside of the webcomic I was doing for years. Well, not for years, but for like a year. Like this will actually be it's 1 year. In fact, and the thing that bugs me about this is because like this October would be my 1 year anniversary of my webcomic, and I'm probably gonna spend that time during hiatus, so it's not super fun. But it is what it is. But I'm excited that I can actually take time to do other things outside of my webcomic and actually like have fun. And that's something I'm excited about, and especially with making more videos for this channel. I'm excited to do that. I literally have almost everything. I literally just have to finish the script for the video I want to post for this channel that isn't an update, and then I can start working on videos I'm a lot more passionate about. Like I want to make a video surrounding art fight, especially because that's something I wanted to do last year, but I didn't get a chance to do last year, so now I'll get to do it this year. It's fun. I'm happy. I'm excited. And it's sad that I had to figure this stuff out by putting my webcomic on hiatus, because I would love to have my characters be a part of that, but I can't because I'm now becoming so stressed working on the project that surrounds them. But hopefully, and I would say like the soonest I would love to go back to working on that project would actually be around the time of that anniversary, and that's like the earliest, because the anniversary of that is in October, late October. And I realize that's also around the holiday season, so I don't know. But hopefully I'll have buffer comics by then to at least fill out the holiday time. And this way I can also like still work on some extra stuff ahead of time. Hopefully by then. And that's the earliest of, hey, I feel less stressed enough to work on the webcomic. Because I don't know if I may even want to continue working on that webcomic because of how stressed that comic has made me, and maybe my brain has started getting a negative association with it. I don't know. I don't know when I'll come back to it, but I do want to come back to it. I don't care if it's like years later, I will return to that comic. Mark my words, I will. But yeah, it's not the best. It's not fun. I wish I didn't have to make an update like this, but yeah. Sorry about the whole if I seem a little more scattered. This is just how I naturally like, am when I'm like thinking of stuff and also trying to talk and trying to keep those two things aligned. But yeah, that's but basically to summarize the update here, um uh my webcomics on hiatus for a lot of things in regards to stress and just how that has been affecting me. I don't know when I'll come back to that webcomic after hiatus. It may be indefinite, it may not. However, while I'm on hiatus, I am giving myself a break to work on more things for the channel, things that I'm actually a lot more excited about, and expect a video sometime soon. Also, yeah, but I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I'm sorry about my me just being scatterbrained. Bye bye.